Welcome to iPaint Parties, and thank you for choosing us for your digital in-home party. Today you'll be painting A Time to Bloom. Your supplies that you'll need is a 16 by 20 canvas, a large brush, a medium brush, and a small brush. You'll need a paint palette or plate. The paint colors you'll need will be light green, dark gray, black, white, and your choice of flower colors, whatever that might be. You also probably need some paper towels, and you'll definitely need a cup of water. Again, thanks for painting with us. We hope you have a great time, and have fun.
So the first thing we're going to do is, I'll put that up there so everybody can see. Everybody has 3 wells of white paint, right? What's that mean? We're going to use a lot of it. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to paint the whole canvas white. Now, it doesn't matter which way you do it. You can go this way, you can go up and down, whatever way is best. The trick is we need to do this quickly because we would like this to stay wet. Okay? So when you start, just get it on there. When you get to that point and you can start feeling the canvas, just get more paint. Because if you go too far, you won't be able to tell where you were, and acrylic's really bad about it'll pull it back up off the canvas, okay? Everybody got that? I'm going to go by your silence as a yes, that you've already started working. That's what I like. Now, normally we would do the top, bottoms, and sides, but since it's white, we don't need to do that. Paint it like you're painting your friend's basement that you don't really like and just don't really care. But you owed them a favor anyway, so you're doing it. And if you can't tell where you've painted, if you tilt your canvas one way or the other, you can kind of see the light shine off of it, and that'll tell you if you've got that part yet. Anybody that needs more paint, hopefully not at this point yet, but when you do, just raise your hand, or, well, don't raise your hand because I won't see it. Just yell. I used to say throw stuff, but somebody took it to heart a little too much one time and hurt me emotionally. You guys don't have to whisper. It's fine. I'm not going to yell at you for talking. Today. Just today, though, because it's Tuesday. As soon as I get mine done, I'm going to show you what to do next while mine's wet. But I'm not there yet. How's everybody doing? Well, everybody's doing good. Yeah. Once you're done, once you're done with the white, you can sign it, and then thanks for coming out. Yeah. We're going to put 2 dots in there for the polar bear, and then we'll be done. Polar bear ass. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are almost done. I'm kidding. I'll be there in a second. Oop, that's close. You're going to take the dark gray, you don't have to clean your brush. You're going to put some lines in it. Doesn't matter where, just random. Just have a couple that go on and off. Once you do that, you're just going to start brushing vertically up and down. You don't have to push really hard, just lightly. Just going like this, moving around. Then you just kind of move across if you just move across the canvas, it'll kind of drag a little bit where there's a little bit darker areas and lighter. Now, if you find your white paint is dry, which I'm going to say mine is now, say I go here, my white paint's dry, then you don't even have to change your brush. Just dip it in the white again. Then you can just go over top the gray, and it'll give you some more. It's all right. Just do it. Just use it. Just put more white over top of it when you blend it. It'll be fine. Yeah. You want to leave a little. You don't want it to look blended all the way, but you want it to. Basically, we're just whitewashing this fence. You can go back in and add a little more if you want. I'm going to put a little bit up in here. My paint's dry, my white's dry, so I'm dipping in the white and going over top of it. Yeah. Well, you don't put a bunch on it. You just get it on the end. Anyway, all right. Now we're going to take the little brush. Yeah. Yep. Thanks for paying attention. Anyway. Littlest brush, and we're going to use black. Black paint. Black and gray. No, black. Seriously, black. Okay. So what we're going to do is you're going to get a little bit of black on there. You're going to try to find around the middle of your canvas. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to guess right here. All you're going to do is you're going to make a line down the middle. And you want it to be, I'm going to run how I'm going to do it, this finger, my middle finger that's there, I'm going to set it on the canvas. I'm not going to care if I get a little paint on it if it's still wet. But I need that as a guide. It'll help me stay the same width or the same height so I don't push down too hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down. I really don't want it to be too straight, so I'm not worrying about it being straight. I'm just going all the way to the bottom. If it has a little breaks in it, I'm not too worried about it because now I can go back over and do it again. You're going to do that same thing. You're going to half this side and half that side. So you're going to end up with like 4 boards basically. So I'm going to do one here. Remember, this is going to be the background. The focal point will end up being the flowers, so unless your flowers are really bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The flowers, they're the easy part. I'm actually not going back over mine because I think when it has that little in and out feel, it feels more like the wood's naturally bowing or squeezing apart. Yeah, just half. Basically, you got 4 boards, so you're going quarters all the way across. One thing you can do that I didn't mention was you can take them over the top as well. That way it looks like if you're hanging it up, you can take it over the top and the bottom. That way it looks like your boards are and it's really just putting the nails. So you're just going to take it, you're going to put 2 dots on each board all the way across. That's it. Then you can wash your brush out. We are going to use the medium brush because I like it the best. It's my favorite. The medium one, not the little one. The middle? No, not the middle. It depends on how it was laying on your table. Whatever color you decided, which I didn't yet. All that time and I didn't give myself a color. So whatever color you wanted for your flowers, that's what we're going to use. So what you're going to do, don't do this yet. Just watch for a sec. we're going to start with the first flower on the left. Is everybody right-handed in here? Yeah? Anybody left-handed? Who? Susie. You might want to start on the right side, okay? Just that way, because you can put your hand on there, you won't get it in your paint. But it doesn't matter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up, I don't know, a little over halfway, and I'm going to just do I'm just doing like a little, just start off a little U, okay? After I do that, I'm going to then extend it up and out like that, okay? All right? Everybody okay? Well, hold on a sec. I might as well just show you the rest. Well, it's not hard. So at the top of it, you're going to put 3 little humps all the way across. So it's just going to be 1, 2, 3. If you go farther, just go ahead and then bring it down from there. See what I mean? Okay. Go ahead and do that and fill it in. We're going to do this, try to do this part fairly quickly because I want to show you something. I'm going to show you this whole flower, how from start to finish. Well, it goes out. It does. I don't know what straight means because. Whatever. It can be either way. Mine, I probably want it to be a little tilted, but I'm doing it from the side over here, so my perspective is always off. My lazy eye kills me. Never wants to do anything. Yep, and just fill it in. You can bow. They don't have to be super straight. They can bow a little bit. I'm going to go back in and even add a little bit of a curve on the outside. As long as yours is still wet, mine is, what you're going to do now is you're going to get a little bit of white paint on your brush. You don't need to clean it. And what you're going to do, everybody look up here even if you're not done. Around the top, you're just going to barely tap it and put a little bit of white up there, like that. Then you're just going to flick it down into the blue and go all the way across. Did everybody see that? Now, one more thing. I'm just going to show you this whole part. That way I can walk around and help anybody who needs it. After you do that, you're going to get a wee little bit of black. A wee little bit of black. And just put right at the bottom, like that. Just tap it in there. Then you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to flick it up. You may have to do it a couple times to mix in a little bit of the blue. Like that's too dark, so I'm going to just go in and get a little bit of blue to put on top of it. Did somebody say they don't understand? Yeah. Okay, we're going to do the next one. We're going to do the big one on the top right. So this one you're going to start in your third board over, the medium. You're going to do the same thing. This one's going to be a little bigger. Or not. I mean, it's really up to you, but I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. It's going to tilt a little bit. This one's going to. So everybody, go ahead and do this part. Just get the outline of it. So now we're going to add. This one's going to have like a little bit of a double one. So coming out of the top of that, you're going to come out a little bit, go up an inch or so, then you're going to do the same thing, but it's smaller. And it's going to look like a big glob until we get done. And once you do that, you can just fill the whole thing in. one real quick here before you start filling it in, I'm going to tell you. So you're going to fill it in, and you're going to do the same thing we did on this one. Let me get this paint off my brush. And you're going to do the white right here, and then you're going to do a little white on the top one. The same thing, but no black on the top, just a little bit of white at the edge, okay? Everybody, that makes sense to everybody? As much as anything does? I'll try and do mine real quick to show you. I'll just do this top part. Yeah, fill the whole thing. So you're going to fill the whole thing, and then you're going to do the white right here where you went across. Then you're going to do the white across the top. And you're just going to kind of flick it down. I'm sorry? No, I just painted the whole thing. You can do it that way, though. If you want to just do the white first, you can do that. Let me go ahead and move on to my next one. Is everybody moving on now? Ready? Okay. I'm going to take that as a yes. So I am just going to add one down around here. I'm going to have it curve back in. Once you get that one done, there's just one more little one. Well, I was just showing you. That way everybody can do it if they wanted to. It's just a little one right here. Somewhere around in here. Okay, we're going to use the medium brush and the dark green. Dark green. So here's what you'll do. Don't do this yet, but here's what you will do, hopefully. You'll get some green on your brush. On your palette, everybody looking up, you're just going to go like this, 1, 2. That should give you a fairly decent edge. So you're just going to start down here anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Dark. We're going to use both, but dark first. So you're going to start at the bottom of the canvas. You're just going to just do curves up. And when you get to the end, what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. Oh, good, good. So when you get to where you want to stop, you want to lift off. You don't just want to stop. So if you just stop, you're going to stop with a blob, and it's going to look like somebody mowed it badly. So it's going to go like this. You're just going to go like that, just lift off. You're just going to go. You'll probably have to keep getting paint. The trick is not to just go the same way the whole time. So maybe I'll do one this way where it comes like that. Maybe this one starts in here and goes out there. The best thing to do is not think about it too much. When you start thinking about it, you start making patterns. Patterns aren't good in nature. Well, on most things. Now, as you get to the sides, you want them to be a little shorter. So I'm going to have they're going to be a little bit shorter out here. Okay. So you're just going to do that all the way across. Don't fill it in. You still want some white areas in there. The edge of what? No, you want to stop. Yeah, you want to stop. Put some that are a little taller in. You can see I kind of started doing a pattern with my height there. For the ones in the middle, you want them to go a little higher. Just don't run into your flower. Or run into your flower. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Okay, look up real quick. So once you get that in, you don't even have to clean your brush. You're going to switch to the light green and do the same thing right over top of it. It's going to mix colors, but that's kind of what you want. You want it to, it's going to give a little bit of, see what I'm doing? Everybody, you're just going back in where there's some white areas at the bottom and starting there. I heard that sounded like a very exasperated sigh. No, I mean, there's going to be some, if you can do some light where they're thinner, that's always good. But mixing them up's fine. You can do some shorter ones when you start on the light green too, inside here. Once you are done with that, you can clean your brush out. We're going to move on to doing the stems now. Enough of that, whatever, words. Okay. We're going to kind of do what we just did, but tell you what, if you want to use a small brush for this, you can. I'm just going to use this one. But what we're going to do is we're going to start right at the bottom of every flower, but I'm going to start on this one first. And you're going to come down. You don't really want to make it perfectly straight. You want to put a little curve to it. Just go right down into somewhere in the green, and then just let it go. So I use the medium. If you want to use a small, you can. So you're going to do that on all of them. When you come down, just obviously don't go over your flower. Or go over your flower if you want. It could be in front of it. It's the dark green, yes. Now, the flower on the right, you want to bow back in, obviously, because it's aiming out that way. So you got to come back in. Oops, I forgot the little one. You rang. Okay, so this last part, if you want to do it, you can. If you don't, obviously you don't have to. But there's just some random ones coming up with, like, you just put a ball in the end for like they have a bud on them. Yeah, it's the dark green. Medium or the small, whichever one you want to use. The small will probably give you a thinner line if you want to try that. And then once you're done with those, you can sign it. And, well, or if you want to. Obviously, you don't have to sign it. If you want to sign it with somebody else's name if you don't like it, or you can give it to somebody you don't like for Christmas if you don't like it.